Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Stream of Thought podcast, where thoughts flow and ideas stick. I'm your host, Jasmine. And so, random thoughts, of course. Um, when I was just setting up this equipment, I was like, "Yo, I can't really like see that guy. I think I need glasses because, and I never used to need glasses, like not in my 20s or anything like that. But now at 31, I feel like, yeah, like far away things or things that are a little bit of a distance away, like I can't see as good. So like I feel like I need like a little bit of medicine in my glasses. Nothing crazy, but I know the older you get, the worse your eyesight is. Like that's like legit. So yeah, something to look forward to, I guess. Or not. Another funny thing, I actually recorded this whole episode or whole podcast 2 days ago. Well, I thought I recorded the whole thing 2 days ago, and it went well. Like I felt like it was good. And then when I went to go check my phone to like re-listen to it or just to look at the video, yeah, my phone was dead, so I didn't record anything. So I'm doing this again. But yeah, and the thing about it is, I think that my phone is dying so much faster now because the new iPhone is out, blah blah blah, and they keep doing that to people. But like my charge doesn't last that long on my phone, and the charges don't work as good because I think this is a 15, and they are out with like the 25 or something, or like 17 or whatever. Anyway, I'm not getting it. Like y'all not gonna get me unless this phone just doesn't hold a charge at all, not even for like an hour. So, yeah, but I'm re-recording this whole episode. But something I feel like I have been, maybe the best word is tested for the past couple weeks. I've been tested, but my faith has never wavered, and that's something that will always be constant. When life just doesn't go as you expect it to. But like one thing, for example, that happened, I'm not going to get into what the specific thing was, but it happened a couple weeks ago. And to backtrack, so even before that one thing happened, I remember going to church, and the pastor was like, do not like seek revenge, let God handle your problems for you. And in that moment, like I had no idea this thing was gonna happen, right? But in that moment, I was like, oh, yeah, and love your enemies and blah blah blah, all that stuff that you're supposed to do. But that, honestly, as a Christian, as a follower of God, as someone who wants to live a godly life, that is one of the hardest things to do. Loving your enemies and praying for your enemies. Like that is tough. That is tough. And so in that moment I was thinking like, yeah, that's nice. Like I want to get like that. I want to be that person one day. But God knows I'm flawed. God knows me better than I know myself. Like I am a sinner. Okay. And I don't intentionally do wrong, but that one is tough. That one is really tough. So in that moment I was thinking that, and after the sermon I was like, that was really good. Like I feel like that's something we should all strive for, right? To not seek revenge and to let God handle it for you and to pray for your enemies. So I walked away knowing that. Fast forward to the thing that happened, and I wasn't upset with the actual fact of it happening. I was upset with how it happened because it was wild the way that it happened. But I will say that I learned so much, like it was a lesson in it. It was definitely a lesson in it. And I think that sermon was speaking to me. I didn't even know it. Didn't even know that I would need that. So I could have reacted in a different way, but I reacted like I immediately prayed. Of course, I was upset, but like I prayed, and I was so calm. I was so calm, and like I felt so reassured because I knew that I'm good. Like I'm so good. Like maybe that's another thing that I had heard as well. It's like what the enemy made for evil, God will turn it to good, or turn it for your good. And maybe that situation was meant to set me back, or break me down, or make me react in a way that was out of character. But I knew, and I still know, and I will always know that I'm good. Like God got me, and I'm straight. So, and I remember getting a message from someone, and they were like, God has a funny way of turning you, or leading you towards your purpose. Like he has an interesting way of like shifting your life and making you do what he put you here to do. And and I was like, yeah, that's gonna stick with me because that is so true. God has a really funny way of doing things, and it's never how we expect them or how we think that they should be, but they're always on time, and they're always exactly how they should be. So, and another thing that I heard was like a TikTok guy. I can't remember his name to save my life, but he always does like little memes or like reels or whatever for TikTok, and he's funny, but he also has like nuggets sometimes where it's like, oh, that was good. Like I needed to hear that, you know? He's like an Italian guy. I don't remember his name. But anyway, so I listen to him sometimes, but I came across a video of him saying, you will, God will not let you, or you will never find peace in a place where God doesn't want you to settle. And I was like, whoa, like, okay. And this is just life in general, like relationships, or like whatever it is you're going through. If you feel like you are not, or you can't find peace, you can't find happiness in whatever that situation is, it's probably because you're not supposed to be there. Like you're not supposed to stay there. Or maybe you're supposed to be in it for a season, learn from it, and move on. But I was like, wow, that's good. That's good, because if whatever that situation was, I was not happy in it. I could not find peace in it. I did not feel fulfilled in it. I knew that that's not what was meant for me. And so he made it so it wasn't. And so I'm really grateful. I'm grateful, and I am just fine. And I'm also really excited for the purpose that he does have for me, because I know that it's so much better than what I thought in my head that it was supposed to be. Like it's 10 times better, right? So yeah, I'm excited for that. But there's so many lessons in it, I think. And yeah, and I think every day you learn something new. But yeah, these past few weeks, it's been just like constant learning, constant growing, constant testing, and just being grounded in my faith, and knowing that it's all good, you know? So yeah, enough about that. What I've been doing recently is, it's the season, okay? It's fall. I know fall technically started on September 22nd, technically, I think, or 23rd. And it hasn't really been feeling fall-like too much in Virginia, but I don't care, because I said technically on paper it's fall, so we're gonna start watching Hallmark movies. So that's what I've been doing. I got the Hallmark app, and I've been watching nothing but Hallmark movies. Now that leads me to something else. As corny, and I understand that they're so corny, Hallmark movies are not like, it's not like you win an Academy Award for a Hallmark movie. However, it's nostalgic, you know. Like it gets you in the, well, it gets me in the mood for fall. It's my favorite season. And I just feel like they're romantic. Like, and I don't know, I just like girly little gushy things like that. And it's based in the holiday season. So who doesn't like that? I mean, if you don't like the holidays, like you're definitely a Grinch, and I don't know what's wrong with you, because the holidays are the best time of year. Anyways, so I've been watching horror movies, and I've been watching specifically horror movies that star Tamara Mori Housley, because she's married. But she's been doing a lot of Hallmark movies, and it made me think. I was like, you know what? If I was an actress, not that I want to be one or anything, but if I did, I wouldn't even try to be A-list. Like, I would just go straight to Hallmark, because there's so many perks. Hallmark movies have the same storyline for like pretty much every movie. It's always a girl, and maybe she's going back to her hometown because she was like living the city life, and then she came back home for the holidays, and she hasn't been home in a while, and she's maybe like, I don't want to say bougie, but maybe she's like, uh maybe that is the word. I don't know. Not that she feels better than her hometown, but just she's just like not connected to it anymore. And so, but something made her go home that year, and specifically for the holidays, and everybody's welcoming her, and she's just kind of like, I'm living in the big city, or I have this big job, or I'm a CEO, or whatever she is, and it just so happens that some man, maybe it's a new man, maybe it's a man she works with, or maybe it's a man that she's known since childhood, and he also still lives in that town. Maybe he owns like a bakery or something. He's just never left that town ever in his life, and that's just where he wants to be. And he likes her. She don't really like him in the beginning, but he just trying so hard, and she just keeps turning him down. And then by the end of the movie, which happens to be Christmas, they fall in love, and it's just like, oh, Hallmark movie, that's like all the Hallmark movies. And so yeah, I feel like that, knowing that the plot would be the same for every single movie I played in, and it being the holiday season every single time I filmed, no matter, because I know that I think Tamara said this, they film like in the summer, but it's still Christmas or Thanksgiving or Halloween in the movie. So you still get to be like, in that theme. And so love that, because that's my favorite time of year. And when going back to it being the same exact storyline, I wouldn't have to study my lines that much, because like I already know what's gonna happen. I just told you a whole Hallmark story, and they're all the same. So if I learn one script, then I would know them all, I feel like. So that would be super easy. And yeah, and I feel like I would be constantly making money, because it doesn't take that long to film these Hallmark movies. And I could be wrong, but I think that she said it took like a month or a few weeks, and that was like one movie. So I could do like 3 movies, and I could be making bank, and I just did like these 3 basic, simple, one plot movies. So, and not everybody can be Leonardo DiCaprio, okay, or Denzel. No, I had to stop myself, because I just thought of 2 dudes. And yes, they are A-list. Leo and Denzel are A-list, but there are A-list female actresses, but they did not come to mind, and I feel bad about that. And I still can't think of one. So, yeah, it's a man's world, I guess. And we just live in it. But yeah, not everybody can be them. And not everybody can win awards and stuff like that. So yeah, just go to Hallmark, or go to Lifetime, or go to soap operas. I mean, it takes forever for a storyline to complete in a soap opera. And people becoming alive when they literally were dead. Like, if you fell down a well and nobody could find you for like 2 weeks of episodes, and now all of a sudden you're fine, it's just like, how? Like, how? Or like, you died 10 years ago, but like now you're alive and people can't explain it, that's a soap opera. I did used to like soap operas though back in the day, specifically Passions, which got canceled. But I used to watch Passions. I used to like Teresa and Ethan, and I don't really remember any of the other people, but like them. And it was something I watched, I think, in like middle school. But now there's a new black soap opera, all black cast, and there's a few um, white people in it, but I think it's mostly a black cast. I don't watch that soap opera either, but I know people that do, like my mom does, and other people. I don't remember what it's called though. What is it called? Beyond the Gates. Never watched the episode, but that's great. I'm sure it's similar to all the other soap operas out here. I think Days of Our Lives is still out here. I think The Bold and the Beautiful, does that still exist? All these shows that have been on for literal years, and I bet you if you skip a year in a soap opera, you ain't missed nothing. You missed nothing because they're still in that same plot. And I'm saying, I just wonder how much they make. Not saying I want to be an actress. I'm just saying like the money that they make, like whatever. But anyways, not only Hallmark movies, but I've always been into older movies. But like recently I watched Father of the Bride and Father of the Bride 2. I have a thing with Steve Martin. Like I just like him. He's just like cool to me. He's in one of my favorite shows, Only Murders in the Building, which I love. But like he was obviously younger in Father of the Bride and Father of the Bride 2, because those came out in like the 90s. And I don't know, it's like nostalgic to like watch old movies like that. I've always enjoyed old movies, and even older movies like in the 60s or something like that, like old like antique movies. I just I just enjoy them. But yeah, also, since it's fall season, I'm so ready for fall music. And for me, fall and Christmas music, fall and winter slash Christmas music always starts and ends with Mariah Carey. Okay. I have an obsession with Mariah Carey, old Mariah Carey. All her Christmas music and even her other music that's not Christmas music, like Emotions, like that's my jam. Um, like We Belong Together, Butterflies. Oh, that's such a beautiful song. Like I just love, I just love Mariah. Okay, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Um, Now I haven't started listening to it yet, but I feel like it's brewing, like it's coming because it's October, and by Halloween it's gonna be a Mariah household. Okay, and people don't agree. Like AKA my husband, he'd be like, "Why you always playing Mariah?" But you know, don't talk about Mariah. Okay, don't do that. Another song that I've really been into lately is, or just another person I've been really into lately, Olivia Dean. She is so cool to me, and her song, especially "The Man I Need," and honestly, that's probably the only song that I know. But I love that song. And I'm definitely a type of person that will put a song, if it's a good song, I will put it on repeat. And I will be driving somewhere and that song will be on replay over and over again. I will play it out until I'm tired of it. And it'll take a long time for me to get tired of it because it's such a good song. So, yeah, that song gives me like a 90s vibe as well. I'm a 90s baby. I love everything 90s, honestly. So I feel like that song just takes me back. And I don't even think she's that old, but she has an old soul. And she's just a really good singer. And I like her voice. It's kind of like, it's very vintage. It's kind of like, not raspy, but like, I don't know. If you don't know it, you just got to listen to it. I would highly recommend. Um, so something was brought up to me, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in another episode. Like, hey, I want to talk about true crime, because I watch a lot of true crime podcasts, documentaries, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so I think I'm going to, when I have the time, look into cases where it's Black people because I don't feel like they get talked about as much, or I don't feel like we get talked about as much. We don't get as much coverage, and that's just a fact. So looking up some cases on African Americans and talking about them, why not? You know, I just gotta have the time to do it because life is very busy, and but it is something that I want to do. Speaking of documentaries and stuff that I watch, and I love a good documentary. I love a good true crime documentary. Netflix, Hulu, those are the main ones that they're on. I don't think I watch them on any other streaming service, but they might exist. That's something I have to look into because I have Apple TV and I have Peacock and Paramount, all that. But anyways, Ed Gein. So Ed Gein is or was not a serial killer. He was a killer, but he was not a serial killer. He was sick though, absolutely sick. And I've watched documentaries on him like that told the actual story. There is a new, and it's not a documentary, but it's called Monsters, and I think Ryan Murphy either produced it, has something to do with producing it, whatever the case, but he has something to do with making the show, and so it's about him, but not like it's like loosely based on him. It's like because Ed Gein inspired Norman Bates and the movie The Psycho and all that. So it's about all the things, and he added some stuff as well that didn't actually occur in the truth. But anyway, if you like Ryan Murphy, I would definitely recommend watching that. It's different. If you want a different take on it, but if you want the true documentary style story of Ed Gein, then I would definitely find that. I think it's on Netflix as well. It's sick though, so get ready to be, blown away by the type of things that these people do. Like mentally, clearly, they're not okay, and that is why I'm so interested in like psychology, like human behavior, because there's always a reason for something. Like, what made you crazy? Like, I feel like that is so fascinating. Might not be the right word, but that is so interesting. Like Ed Gein specifically. He had this obsession with his mother, and his mother was not a good person, didn't treat him well, whatever, he did not have a good like upbringing. But when she passed away, like he had this obsession with trying to reincarnate her or to try to, bring her back. And that involved him, wearing her clothes and killing people and trying to get their flesh or their skin to create his mom, or going to graveyards and digging up graves and trying to, yeah, he did a lot of things like that, but he wasn't a serial killer. Like I mentioned, he would dig up graves, so these people were already dead. He did kill a few or a couple people, but other people were already dead, and just sick. But all of it definitely stemmed from his relationship with his mom and his childhood. And that happens with a lot of people who become killers, because they had some type of adverse childhood experience, or they had some type of terrible abusive relationship or something with their parents or a loved one, or they just had a really bad upbringing, and something switched in their brains. And that is the point of psychology, to try to understand like when did that switch occur. Because maybe you went through something, maybe there was something not for you, because you're too far gone. You did what you did. I mean, at this point you did it already. But for people who, or like kids who are going through things like that, like how can you help them, or how can you understand, like get in front of this to make it so they don't become a Ed Gein, or they don't become a Ted Bundy, or there's so many, like Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh God, yeah. Let's to help them to not become these people, because the world we live in now is crazy, and the kids are worse and worse. And I feel like I say this in a lot of episodes, but they truly are. And a lot of these kids need help, though. A lot of these kids need somebody to listen to them and to help them figure out, like, what is really going on in your brain, because you're not okay. So yeah, those are my random thoughts for this week. I feel like I really have become so much more grounded in my faith, like I said, and I'm so glad to see what's next. I'm still really excited to do the podcast. I'm excited to talk about crimes that involve African American victims. I'm excited to dig deeper into that and just see, like, what stories I can bring to you all that they don't really talk about. In all honesty, they don't talk about it. So I would like to find them, and I want to talk about them. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.